We are down 3-1 in the Western Conference Finals, and today might be our last chance to keep our season alive. I have made some adjustments between last episode and now, and I still do believe that putting in Graves was a good idea. Obviously, it didn't work out, so it didn't, work, but I still think that the idea behind it made sense. I just should have lowered his touches tendency a bit before he went in there. But to be honest, he also didn't really do a whole lot when we watched. So again, it didn't pan out. So that hurts. And I want to make one more change. I increased Payne's minutes up to 41 from 38 because Calvin Gordon has played a lot. And I increased Halliburton up to 39. So I lowered minutes for Bol and Pollard by a few, and then I put in Kevin Huerter instead of Carney or Graves, because Huerter is a good shooter. He's got 6 shooting badges. He's got a 3-point scoring, a mid-range. He's got B- defense. So I just need to find somebody, some role player that can just knock down a couple of shots, because he's going to get open looks. He just has to knock them down. Carney wasn't doing it. Graves obviously wasn't doing it, but I wasn't going to expect him to. So I'm really hoping that Huerter can knock shots down. I hope that Bol can do something on the offensive end this time around, because he hasn't done anything the past couple of games. And I hope that Pollard can shoot well as well. So that's what I'm looking for. And obviously going into next season, Carney should improve. Graves will hopefully improve on the offensive end, which will put more trust in both of those guys going into next season. But I also made a couple of defensive changes too. We're going to do tight on-ball, off-ball pressure as we were last time. We're going to go over on all on-ball screens, and we're going to soft hedge those. And the same thing for on-ball screens where the center, which would be Payne or Zubac, or sometimes Bol is the hedge defender. We're going to do the same thing there. We're also going to keep them staying attached, so they're going to jump out, they're going to try and stop the ball handler for a moment, and then they're going to go back to their original matchup. So that's the goal there. We're going to go over on all off-ball screens to avoid any guys having like 3-pointers off of flare screens or things like that. Trying to avoid that. No pre-rotations. I don't want anybody coming to help too early, because that was a huge issue last time. I'm going to keep off-ball switching on auto and just see what happens there. We're going to have no screen help, no drive help, no cutter help, because this was the biggest issue, was that guys were either hesitating or going around screens or coming over from across the court to help on off-ball screens when we didn't need them to, and it just left role players who are good 3-point shooters wide open. So I'm trying to avoid that. If we're going to get beat by their role players, I want it to be their role players hitting shots in our face, not having wide open shots. So if we're going to get beat by the role players, then we're going to get beat by the role players. But I'd rather it be on our terms rather than theirs. So let's go into Game 5 on the road in San Antonio. It's our last chance, at least right now. If we win, we obviously have more. But if we lose, our year's over. So let's dive in to another matchup against the Spurs. The fans of the AT&T Center are on their feet here in San Antonio, Texas. They are here to hopefully watch their team clinch the first spot in the NBA Finals, as Christopher has a shot blocked from behind on the first play. That's Don Payne. Let's see if the defense can be a lot better here in this game. Anderson wide open look, can't knock it down. The Spurs are back with it. They got a mismatch down low. Calvin Gordon backing down. Halliburton, there's the first points of the day. Odin Johnson whips it over to Anderson for 3, but his shot rattles out. And I talked about this last episode, but he has not shot the ball well from 3 in the playoffs. In fact, he shot 29% from 3 in this playoff run. Otherwise, he's shooting 49%. But that 3-pointer has got to be online in this game if we're going to win. You take it baseline, throwing it up over Christopher, got it to go. Contested shot finally falls, and we're all tied up at 2. Gordon comes over, Christopher takes the screen, and we covered that one really poorly. Payne did not even bother doing a soft hedge there. Halliburton to Anderson, top of the key. 3 ball, this time it's online. Swirling off the backboard and in. Double screen play. Did we cover it well? Yes, we did this time, and Payne ends up with a steal. Fantastic. That's why I want us to cover those. Anderson, coast to coast, in for 2 more. And Vancouver leads by 3. Alexander got the switch to Payne, and he draws the foul. Okay. First free throw, up and good. It's the first point for Alexander here in Game 5. He knocks down both. Anderson over in the corner for 3. Online again. The assist goes to Vando. Randall wants to attack the rim, and Payne comes over to block the shot. If we can just sit him in the paint, just keep Gordon near him, then Payne can get plenty of blocks. And right there, you're seeing it already. He's had a couple of steals and a couple of blocks already here in the first couple of minutes. Anderson at the baseline, attacks the rim, and hits again. Got to get him going. A hot start for him is always a good sign. He's 5 for 7. And has all 12 for the Woodsmen as Christopher blows by him in for the jam. Halliburton takes the screen, gets around Randall, but missed the jumper. That was an open, close-range shot. We have a mismatch with Payne guarding Alexander. Christopher is fouled by Halliburton, who came over to help once he got in the paint. We saw him draw like 4 to 5 fouls in Game 4. But the first free throw is off. I'll take that. And Christopher goes 1 for 2. 4 minutes gone. Vancouver up by 3. Screen from Vando. Halliburton, the triple, just rattled out. And Gordon comes down with it. Screen. Christopher gets in the paint. Tough layup, got it to go. He was falling down while he was taking that. He's got 7 points already. Anderson with it, time counting down. Just has to force it up for 3. In the face of Christopher, it's an air ball and a shot clock violation. Bad possession. Double screen for Christopher. This time he does find Gordon, but Payne blocks him from behind. Look at that defense by him, man. Gordon so far has been held scoreless. Actually, no, he hasn't. He scored in that mismatch on the first play of the game. Or on the first bucket, rather. But regardless, when he's been guarded by Payne, it's been good as Halliburton stuffs it in over Trey Murphy. And now we're up 14-11, almost halfway through this first quarter. Not expecting us to blow out the Spurs at any point in this series, but I at least want us to win a couple close games, maybe force a Game 7 perhaps, and see what happens there. Randall misfires at the rim, and Vancouver's back with it. And then we throw it away. Christopher has a pass thrown to him from Halliburton. Another double screen for Christopher, and this time they got the switch and a mismatch down low. Anderson is trying to run into a layup. He's fouled on the shot. That's the first on Christopher. Free throw drops. And he goes 2 for 2 as Poku, Batista, and Tommy Sanders all check in, with Alexander and Gordon still out there for San Antonio. All 5 of our starters are still out there right now. Alexander, still guarded by Vando. Staying in front so far. Payne is called for the foul again. I don't agree with that call at all. That was clean. First free throw is good. Payne will stay in there with 2 fouls, and the free throws are all good. Halliburton to Anderson. Open jumper. Not this time. Oh, great. Batista's wide open at the rim for 2, and the Spurs jump out in front here. Batista's had a really good series. Screen from Payne. Anderson attacks the rim and draws the first foul on Calvin Gordon. This will be our last play here in the first quarter. Free throw good. Anderson has 15 points here in the first quarter, providing literally all the offense for us. He knocks down both. It's time for us to advance to the second quarter and see where things are at. 8:18 to go in the second quarter, where the Spurs have the ball down by 2, 33-35. We've got Kevin Huerter out there with Pollard, Halliburton, Zubac, and Vando. So a very interesting lineup as Hickson misfires from downtown and Huerter pulls down the tip board. We did win the first quarter by a couple of buckets, but they've outscored us 8-3 so far in this one. Halliburton given a wide open look from 3, but he put too much on it. He's only 2 for 10 in the game. We really got to get him going. If he's not going to score, then we can't just rely on number 5 to do so. That was a lucky miss by Julius Randle for us. So we're back with it, still up by 2. I see Payne there at the scorer's table. Mismatch for Zubac. Will he back Hickson down? He will kind of, but he hits the shot. But once again, just get down to the hoop. I don't want those kinds of looks. Alexander hesitates and then finds a baseline lane. Both teams have shot around 44% so far, so neither team has really caught fire. We'll see if that'll change before halftime. Zubac comes over, sets the screen. Halliburton over. Gordon, no. Back out to Vando for a 3. That is not his shot. Alexander attacks the rim, and all he does is draw fouls. Come on. It's the second on Halliburton. First free throw up and good. Payne checks back in, and that free throw gives SGA 10 points on the day. Vando sees Payne and wants to feed him down low on Gordon, and he missed the shot. Alexander to Christopher. Contested 3. Got it to go, and the Spurs lead by just as much. Christopher has been such a thorn in my side in this series. He has really just played consistently well game in, game out. Under 6 to play in the half. Looking for some offense here without Anderson on the court, but he's back out there, so I guess it won't matter anymore. Keldon Johnson for 3. There we go. Nice response. We need that pretty much the rest of this series. We got to respond to what they do. We have to be proactive and do things better than them. Hickson finds Christopher. Had the open look, but chose not to shoot. He takes it down low. Fires, and Keldon Johnson didn't even try. 12 points for Christopher. 83% from the field. Halliburton, nice hesitation. He faked out Alexander. Maybe that'll get him going. Here's that double screen play. Christopher gets to the rim, and this time he missed it. Halliburton had a hand up in his face that time. Great work. Payne gets the feed. Mismatch against SGA. Back him down. There we go. It was always going to be a hard-fought game. Alexander whips it to Randle. Wide open 3 online, and the Spurs lead by 1. Halliburton takes the screen. And Anderson in the corner for 3. Got it to go. He's so good from the corner. He had 24 points in the first quarter. Christopher this time will score at the rim over Keldon Johnson. Got to start getting some stops on him. But if Anderson can keep this up and Halliburton can start knocking down some of his own shots, then I like I like what we're doing on the offensive end. Anderson into a layup is fouled on the shot by Hickson. Just the second on the Spurs here in the quarter. Anderson just hit his 28th point right there. He is going ballistic. He's going all out. He's doing whatever it takes right now. 29 with 3.5 to go in the first half. Just unbelievable basketball from number 5 out there. Gordon against Payne. What does he go for? Just a pass. Alexander takes it baseline. Can't get around Van Doe. Standing in front so far. Shot clock winding down. Alexander still hits the shot regardless. Screen from Payne. Keldon Johnson fires again and knocks it down. Big shot. Christopher gets to the rack again. Man, has he been good in this first half. I do currently have Anderson guarding him for the most part. Might have to switch somebody else, but I'm not sure Keldon Johnson's going to be much better on him. Pollard at the elbow. Fade away off the glass. That was a terrible shot. Randall, nice pass to Gordon. And just like that, the lead is traded once again. Spurs up by a 1 with 2 to go in the first half. Pollard to Keldon Johnson. Over Murphy, off the glass and in. And now we're back in front. Alexander wants to go ISO against Vanderbilt. He gets down low and scores. Man. Now they're up to 57% all of a sudden. Okay. Once again, a very similar story as to every other game in this series. We take more shots, and they shoot a lot better than we do. As we just turn the ball over there, Pollard tried to lob it for Anderson, but Gordon was right there, and he's just too tall. Spurs now have a chance to increase their lead beyond just 1. And there is a mismatch down low for Gordon, but they won't attack it because Murphy knocks down a 3 instead. And now we're down by 4. Payne the screen. Pollard over Gordon. No, that's not the shot. All of a sudden, we're just taking bad shots, and they're hitting all of theirs. There's a mismatch down low. Murphy says no, and he missed it this time. But once again, why is Payne not guarding Calvin Gordon? Pollard just made a really nice move. He just put Christopher on skates. Last play of the half. Spurs have it up by 2. Shot clock at 5. Game clock at 3. Christopher. Are you kidding me? Come on, man. Are you serious? And now they have the audacity to show me the Jabberwockies. That is incredible, dude. 29 first half points for Simon Anderson. And probably around a similar number for Josh Christopher, who had, I believe, like 23, 24 first half points. He's been the best player in the game for them, as Anderson is fouled by him to start the second half. The free throws coming up to close the gap. First one good. The second one is up and online as well. 3-point game. Looking for some better defense here in the third quarter, especially on Christopher. Double screens for him. He gets down the lane and lays it in. That is unreal. He's way too quick for us. Look at this. Splits defenders. Keldon Johnson just runs by him. Payne to Keldon Johnson. Open top of the key. Online for 3 again. He shot well from there in this game to this point, and that will close the game to 2. Alexander just runs to the rim as if nobody was even looking. He's only taken 5 shots, and he's got 16 points. Keldon Johnson again from 3. That's not going in. Anderson pulls it down. Halliburton for 3. Just rimmed out. Spurs back with it. They go to Calvin Gordon. He steps out of bounds. Gordon Johnson. Hands off to Payne. Bucket plus the foul. That's the 4th on Calvin Gordon. Let's do our best to get this guy out of this game. That would be a massive development here in this game. The free throw from Payne is up and in. A 1-point game. Gordon stays in there with 4 fouls. Okay. Alexander goes baseline, throws it up and missed it, and got the offensive board. Murphy for 3. No dice for him. Now a chance for Vancouver to get back out in front. Anderson, open 3. Got it! He can't miss. He only had 5 points there in the second after a fantastic first quarter. But already 5 here in the third. And I'm expecting more. Christopher finds an open look, but this time he missed it. We're back underway. Anderson feeds Payne down low on Murphy. And then he lost the handle, and Murphy ends up with a steal. Can't turn the ball over there. And now they score in transition. SGA finds Gordon. That's what happens when you turn the ball over like that. Shot clock winding down. Halliburton has to make something happen. He goes to Anderson for a contested 3. It's offline. Murphy finds Christopher at the rim for 2. He got by Keldon Johnson. 23 points now for Christopher. Having a great game, and we just can't seem to find a way to stop him. We call a timeout. Out of the timeouts, we go to Anderson. Vando comes over. That's the screen. Anderson, nice bounce pass. Back to him, never mind. Josh Christopher somehow read the pass without even seeing the ball. Murphy stripped by Vando, but Gordon gets it. Christopher for 3, skied it. And we have the ball now. Fantastic. Halliburton, what was that? What did he possibly see there? And now Gordon's wide open at the rim. Man, these turnovers have been so bad. Some of these passes are just really ill-advised. I'm not sure. I just don't understand what he's looking for. Keldon Johnson over to Anderson. Long 2. That one drops. 12 lead changes, 8 ties. Biggest lead was Vancouver up by 9, but obviously that's no longer the case here in the third quarter. Hickson steps back and won't pull the trigger. They go to Murphy, now Randall. Randall steps back. Hands off to Murphy. He jacks it up on the move. Are you kidding me? They're hitting some crazy shots. They are hitting some crazy shots in this game. That is incredible. Payne the screen. Anderson at the elbow. No dice. Christopher attacks. Circus shot. 18 points in the paint. Keldon Johnson cuts. Payne finds him, and he finishes through contact from Murphy. Halfway through this third quarter. Still down by 5. Got to make something happen here. Got to put a run together of some kind. Christopher. Open look. And he missed it, luckily for us. Halliburton goes to Anderson, but then we pass out of it. Shot clock winding down. Halliburton has to find a look. Long 2. He skied it. Randall pulls it down. The offense hasn't been as efficient here in the second half, and Halliburton still is shooting poorly. Shot clock winding down. Christopher, no. We gotta score here. We need Halliburton to find some better buckets, find some easier looks for himself, because I just can't see us winning if he shoots 25% or worse. The lob is snatched out of the air by Christopher. Halliburton has made some really questionable passes in this game as well. That was just one of them. Now there's a mismatch down low for Calvin Gordon against Anderson. That's going to be a tough stop. Gordon's 8 for 9 from the field. SGA has barely missed a shot. Christopher's barely missed. Halliburton, what is that, man? He's making some really boneheaded plays here. I don't know what happened to him. Hickson over Johnson. No. Payne comes over and grabs the rebound. We got to get the offense clicking here. We can't go into the second half and all of a sudden not be able to score. Anderson over Hickson. Bucket and the foul. A mistake by Hickson off the bench. And Anderson's about to get his 10th point of the quarter. He's doing it all for us on the offensive end. The free throw is good. Herter and Pollard check in. I'm watching the rest of this game until further notice, because this could be our last one of the season. So, gotta watch it. Poku over the head. No, Anderson's there. He grabs the pass. Trying to find Sanders. Pollard in the corner for 3. Missed it. Can the role players start to hit some shots? Because Anderson just blocked Batista. He's doing things on defense too. 2 stops in a row by him. Now he cuts. Will he fire? Though no, he finds Bobo for the wide open tray. There we go. Finally, somebody shows up besides number 5. 1 point game. Under 3 to go until the third quarter is over. Halliburton over the top. This time he'll find Sanders. We do currently have a smaller lineup out there for some reason. I literally never have somebody out there with Bobo playing center and some guard playing power forward as Anderson hits again. But we curiously don't even have a power forward out there, which is not part of my rotation whatsoever. SGA bucket plus the foul. They just won't let us get back out in front. Just keeping us at bay by a couple of baskets. The free throw is good. It's back to 4. And there we go. Vanderbilt now checks in. Okay. Gordon Johnson lays it in for 2 off the feed from Pollard. Batista back to Alexander. Trying to deny the ball to Gordon right now. And Batista's open for a 3 because Herter sagged off, but he missed the shot. Now a chance for us to tie or take the lead, perhaps. Oh, Pollard, no! Gordon jumped the pass. This is not the time for this. Come on. It's going to be our own fault that we lose this game, isn't it? Plays like that. Gordon Johnson gets inside and hits the floater after splitting defenders. He's trying to provide the offense without number 5 on the court right now, and so far he's doing a good job of it. Still a 2-point game. Alexander finds Batista. That's one of their first open looks off ball that I've seen this game. And of course Batista makes it count, as he has all series. Gordon Johnson for 2. Got it again. He's doing all he can. Alexander finds Sanders, and he's fouled. Would have loved to get that stop right there. Free throw good for Sanders. The second one is off the mark, but they get the board! You're kidding me! Thank God he missed it. Bobo actually just saved that right there, but he should have grabbed the board in the first place, man. 4-point game. You can probably save for the last shot of the quarter. Here we go. Pollard with it. Finds Bobo on the cut for the jam, and we have cut the game back to 2. It's 89-87 with 12 to go. Season on the line. We have to come out on top with 12 minutes to play. Starts of the fourth quarter, the most important 12-minute stretch of the entire season. We have to win. Alexander, how in God's name? These are the kinds of shots I'm talking about that they are hitting to beat us. Granted, Anderson hit a very similar shot in the first quarter, but even still, We don't get those kinds of shots very often for us, but they've had those every game. Pollard, open three, completely just launched it and overshot it. Going to be a few minutes until Anderson and Halliburton check back in, but they should at the next dead ball. Alexander lost the handle but gets it back. Poku for three. This happens every game. A loose ball, they get back to it, and they find the open man. All of the role players are really good three-point shooters. Ours are supposed to be, but it's kind of hit or miss. Keldon Johnson again providing the offense. Batista hands off to Shea, and Pollard just lets him walk in. The lead stands at 7 for San Antonio. Pollard from the elbow misses the shot. God damn it, man. Trey Murphy got it. And all of a sudden, we're down by 10. This is brutal. Pollard to respond. Airballed it, but Payne's there on the glass. We got... Man, both of our point guards are playing like ass. If our 2 point guards are going to play like shit, I don't see us winning this game. Like, the fourth quarter has to be where they step up. No! Come on, Payne. Sanders completes the three-point play. Down by 11. Halliburton checks back in. Anderson checks back in. We still got Herter and Bobo out there with Payne. Anderson. Back to Herter. Open three. There we go. That's the first shot we've seen him take in the game, and he hit it. That's what I want from him. That's why he's out there. 8-point game. Got a lockdown on defense. Alexander. Back to Batista. He's wide open. And he missed the shots. We can't count on that happening every time. Anderson, the screen. Halliburton goes back to him. Now he finds Payne. Payne wants to attack Poku. Never mind, he just backs out and then he has to shoot. What was that possession, man? That was awful. Alexander off the screen, hands off to Murphy for three. Left it short. We take advantage of their missed shots. Halliburton back to Herter. Another open three. Yes, sir! 2 in a row for him. It's back to 5. Batista, baseline drive, easy layup. Payne to Herter in the paint. Back out to Anderson for 3. Got it! He's cash, man. It's down to 4. Screen from Sanders. Batista throws it right to Payne. Fast break for Anderson. He races to the rim and is fouled by Batista, his 3rd. Free throws coming up. Trying to put together a run to close the gap. Anderson has 45 points on 20 field goals. 20 field goal attempts, rather. The free throws are both good to cut it to 2. Keldon Johnson checks back in, as does Vanderbilt. Starters all back out there for us. SGA lost the handle. Vando gets the steal. It was jarred loose by Keldon Johnson. Keldon for 3. Doesn't have enough, no, but Vando comes out of nowhere to tip it back in, and we're all tied up. 104 to 104. We've seen this in a couple of other games. In the fourth quarter, it becomes tied. Who comes out on top? Christopher. Contested. Keldon Johnson. That's a great stop. Great job on defense right there, sir. Shot clock at 5. Payne the screen. Johnson against Christopher. Fires. Tough one. No. That's a good stop as well by number 7. Gordon still is not checked back in. We have to do our best without him out there on the court. Under 6 to play. Alexander against Vando. Please get the stop. His shot is off. Keldon Johnson. Sees a baseline lane perhaps. He fires and hits again. And Vancouver jumps in front by 2. Keldon Johnson's got 23. That's what, 3 straight games by him scoring 20 plus after a lackluster games 1 and 2. That's what I'm talking about. Alexander lost the handle. We get another steal. Look at this defense stepping up these last couple of minutes. Keldon Johnson then throws the ball away. Oh, man. Sanders the screen. Christopher is fouled. Kind of had to. He was about to have a wide open layup. First free throw is good. He'll probably hit both. Come to expect this for the most part. He does. And Gordon now is checked back in along with Julius Randle. So full-time starters back out there for both teams with under 5 to go and a tie ball game. Anderson working on Christopher. Good shot. He's nearing 50 in the game. He's got 48. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Alexander hesitates, finds Murphy. He's wide open. I told us not to help. He just airballed a wide open 3. We're not going to get a better look than that. Come on. Let's take advantage and score here. Halliburton, tough floater. No! And Gordon snatches it. SGA blocked by Vando. Locking him down. We're back underway. Johnson to Vando. 5 on the clock. To Halliburton. To Anderson. For 3. It's just incomprehensible. 51. 51. I can't believe this. We cannot lose this game. We can't. After a Spurs timeout, what do they draw up? Alexander has it. He finds Christopher. Oh no. He line drove it. We're back underway, up by 5. Gotta keep punching at this lead. Extend, extend, extend. That's all we can do. Anything else is not an option. We almost turned the ball over. Anderson keeps it from going beyond the half-court line. Shot clock at 5 and counting down. He has to find something. He has to force it up. It's contested. And that's a good stop. Gordon came over to double team him with like 2 seconds left. Julius Randle gets to the rim on the other end quickly. 3-point game. Under 2.5 to go. Clock still counting. Halliburton cuts. Vando missed him. We go to Anderson instead. Guarded by Christopher. Over the top. What a pass to Vando. You can't miss that layup, number 30. Come on. You got Christopher on you, buddy. You have to finish that. Christopher. What? Look at this. He's got 29. That was an incredible shot. That was great defense. 1-point game. My heart's pounding. Halliburton over. SGA finally gets a shot to fall in the second half. Oh my God. Come on, boys. Lock down. Screen for Alexander. Vando stays in front and covers it well. They pass out of it. Randle to Christopher to Murphy for 3. Offline. Gordon gets the offensive board. Blocked from behind by Don Payne. He just saved the bucket. Still a 3-point game. Payne over Gordon. Gets the finish to fall. It's up to 5. Screen from Randle. Alexander back to him. Over Keldon Johnson. He hits it. Everybody is stepping up right now for both teams. It's actually insane to watch. This has been as close of a game as you can get. Halliburton crosses the court. Anderson won't go to him. Screen from Payne instead. Anderson. Bucket plus the foul against Gordon. That's number 5. And our number 5 is completely taking over in Game 5. We are all witnesses to one of the greatest playoff performances of all time. This is incredible. We've already seen 2 other games like this in years past. The free throw was good to push our lead to 6 with 47 on the clock. Unbelievable. Randall inbounds to Alexander. One more stop should do it. No threes, please. Christopher's trying to find an open look, but Alexander won't pass to him. And now SGA will attack the paint. Vando staying in front. Good defense. Christopher, got to get him out of this three-point line. Oh, no. He's going to hit this, isn't he? No, he's not. We get the board. And now Halliburton's foul. We're in the bonus. This game might be over. We just walked in here, down 3-1, and we're about to walk out of here, going back home to hopefully get our first home win here in the WCF. The first free throw is good. The second is up and good as well for Tyrese. 8-point game, Spurs call timeout. Batista fires a 3 and missed it, and the Spurs have given up. They will not foul. I can't believe what we just witnessed. This was one of the greatest single game performances I have ever seen from a single player in my life. And we are going back home with a chance to force Game 7. Anderson did it all. You cannot ask for more at any points beyond this. What a performance. I'm just completely stunned, and so is this San Antonio crowd. Anderson drops 54 points. A second half comeback. He shot 16 for 24 from the field, was lights out. He shot well in both the first and second halves. 8 for 11 from 3 after what I told you guys. He was shooting 29% from 3 going into this game here in the playoffs. And now I say step up, and he does. And he also took 14 free throws and hit all of them. And nobody else drew more than a single foul. So hopefully that's not the case next game, because we're going to need to draw some fouls to get points. But my God, I can't believe he just had such a great game. Keldon Johnson had 23, and he's been stepping up 3 games in a row. Back to what we were used to in the first couple of rounds. Don Payne, 13 and 13, thought he was really good for the most part. Had 4 blocks, 2 steals. Halliburton was not good. 4 for 17, 1 for 8 from 3. We need him to be better on our home court if we're going to force a Game 7. Pollard also shot poorly, but nobody else really took too many shots. It was Anderson, Keldon Johnson, Payne, and Halliburton. Those 4 guys taking most of the shots. But how about Kevin Huerter? Hit 2 huge threes to help us on that run to close the gap. And that was the catalyst for that run. I believe that we have the ability to do it. So I don't want to change anything up after winning that game. Josh Christopher drops 29. He was really good, especially in the first half. SGA, 25 and 14. He was really good. Calvin Gordon was good, but he didn't take as many shots as the Spurs probably would have liked, because he had 5 fouls. So he was out of the game for a bit more than usual. Batista did what he usually does. Hickson was actually 0 for 4, thank God. Otherwise, we'd probably lose this game if he's not. But both teams just shot. I mean, this game was as comparable, as close as you can possibly get. You both took just over 80 shots, hit pretty much the same. Both teams shot around 44% from 3 and took the same amount of free throws. I mean, most of these stats are very, very similar. We're a very comparable team. We just have to beat them. But, you know, that's easier said than done. This game was not his career high in the playoffs, but it is tied for second. Last year, he put up 57 in a game, which was against, I believe that was against the Timberwolves. But, yeah, he had 57 at some point last year, and 54 in today's game after dropping 54 2 years ago in the playoffs as well. This was not his career high in general, obviously, because I think he put up 50 in the regular season at some point. This won't count for that, but just incredible performance. We're due for, I guess, one of those per playoff run. I'm not going to expect a similar performance here in Game 6, but hopefully he can at least shoot well. That's all I'm looking for. So I think without further ado, we have to go into Game 6 and see if we can force a Game 7. I'm not going to make any adjustments. I like what we did last game. I think it's going to be hard for us to blow them out. I don't think we have the ability to do so. But I think that we can win these close games, as we have 2 times out of 5 in this series. So, Game 6, we're back at home, and we need to win. Because right now, that's the only option. The Vancouver fans welcome their team back home to Riders Arena. Again, I'm not going to expect a 54-point game from our best player, but I at least want him to score around 30, and I want Halliburton to do something similar if we're going to win this game. Payne jumps in front of the pass and gets the steal to start the game. There we go. A bad idea from Julius Randle. We turned defense into offense plenty of times last game, and we're going to look to do something similar here. Ando to Halliburton. He's guarded by Trey Murphy. He steps back. Got the switch to Alexander. Now we'll attack, and it's blocked. Right to the hands of Gordon. Alexander goes back to Randle for 3. Offline. Anderson in the paint knocks it down for the first bucket. Picking up where he left off. Christopher off the double screen. Gets to the rim and Payne stayed in front the whole time to get the stop. That's what I'm talking about. Gordon Johnson has it. He goes to Vando against SGA. Shot clock winding down to Anderson for a deep 3. It is a tough shot. Several feet behind the three-point line. More screens for Christopher, and this time we'll coast in. Halliburton gets down low and draws the foul on SGA is first. If we can just draw some fouls on their top players, then that could be good. That could help us out a little bit. Free throw drops. Halliburton goes 1 for 2. Come on. They go to Christopher quickly for 3. And he missed it, luckily for us. They were trying to catch us off guard there. Payne, long 2. That one's offline. Gordon to Christopher. Anderson was sagging off a little bit, but he still missed. Well, let's not leave those guys open, shall we? Halliburton back to Vanderbilt. Now back to Tyrese. He attacks the rim and can't finish, but he got it back. Out to Vando. Offense resets. We give it to Anderson. Against Christopher. He'll fire along 2, and this time it'll fall. He's got 4 of our 5. Look at these double screens. They love this play, and it keeps on working this time. Nice pass to Gordon. They love that little setup. They have a different couple of plays for that same exact play setup. They can either find Gordon there on the cut. They can let Josh Christopher just attack the basket, or they can whip it out for a 3 as Anderson knocks down one from beyond the arc. He already has 7 points. Look at this. More double screens. Christopher gets by Vando. He got some contact too. But once again, it's that same play. Keldon Johnson cuts. Anderson gets the pass instead. Screen from Payne. Anderson fires over Gordon. Can't give him any space at all because he'll knock it down. He's already got 9. He keeps on adding to it. Trey Murphy in response. Soft line. Back with it. Up by 4. Halliburton sees a lane. Attacks Murphy and gets the first foul called on him. So like I said, drawing some fouls will be important to winning these games. You can't just have one guy do all the heavy lifting, especially 2 games in a row. Halliburton knocks down both this time, and we're up by 6. And Payne sagged off on defense, and now the 3-point opportunity for Calvin Gordon. Every now and then, he'll let Gordon slip by him, because Gordon is a little bit more athletic than Payne is, to be honest. Oh, SGA just picked up his second foul. Reaching in. And now he will check out in place of Hickson. So, okay. Foul trouble early on, perhaps. The next time that he comes in, I just want to see us attack that and try and draw his 3rd foul once he comes in later on. Should have a better matchup offensively for us against Hickson with Halliburton. As he takes the screen, goes back to Payne for the Tomahawks jam. Nice pass. Murphy to Christopher, back to Hickson. Good passing by the Spurs, but so far, better defense by the Woodsmen. And as I say it, we're called for a foul, and it's the 2nd on Payne. So now he might have some foul trouble. The same thing happened to him in the first quarter of last game, and he stayed in to have just a good day. And he will stay in here as well. Halliburton to Keldon Johnson. Got the switch to Calvin Gordon. We'll see if we can find a mismatch anywhere. Anderson on Christopher. No. Halliburton has to attack this matchup, surely. His shot is up and in. Good shot. Halfway through this first quarter, we're up by 5. Averaging 22, 4, and 9 in this series is Halliburton, but I'm sure that his shooting splits are not the greatest. Hickson feeds Gordon down low. Mismatch for him. I think we'll take that kind of a shot on those kinds of mismatches either way. I mean, it's not a good shot against that kind of a mismatch. He will knock those down occasionally, but we still take those. Halliburton for 3 offline. Now the Spurs have a chance to cut into our lead a bit further. Another mismatch down low. What's going on? 2 times in a row? You missed it this time. See? That's what I'm saying. Anderson cuts. And somehow the pass gets to him. Christopher tried to jump it, but maybe he's too short for it. I'm not really sure. Gordon comes over in the corner. Christopher attacks. Gets by Payne. What a layup. That is really... That's just a great finish. I just can't... I mean, what more can you say? Look at this. Payne's there. Like, that's a really tough shot. Well, we simmed ahead a bit, and all of a sudden the Spurs are in front by 11, and now Bobo's called for a foul. So free throws for Pokusevski. I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden, Spurs have gone on a run to take us to where we are now. Both free throws drop as Herter checks in place of Anderson, so we'll see what we can do without number 5 on the courts. So want to see Halliburton knock down some more shots for sure. Zubac sets the screen. Halliburton lobs it behind Zubac's head. You can't keep doing this to me, man. Poku for 3. Offline. Bando pulls it down. And off to Pollard. He'll attack the rim, but he can't finish through contact. Got it back, though. Out to Herter for 3. Offline. Would have loved that shot to drop. That scoring drought is not accurate, but we're in some kind of a scoring drought. SGA. Wow, that's a nice move. 15-point lead for the Spurs now, and we barely even got to see what led up to it. Pollard misses the jumper. Come on. Double screens for Christopher. Attacking the rim. The layup is good. He does not miss when he gets in the paint, man. He's got 11 points. Pollard races down low. Goes back to Vanderbilt. Shoot this. Bucket plus the foul. It's the second on Christopher. This will allow Payne to check back in, which he now does. Free throw is up and good. All right, Payne. Lead our defense to a couple of stops here, please. Christopher waits for the screen. Gets down low, and Vando is there on the help too late. Pollard, that's not a good shot, but he still knocks it down. I'll take it. We've shot less than 40%. How do we always do this on our home court in the series, man? Can we stop shooting like shit on our own home court? Gordon on the baseline over Payne. No. Here's our chance. A couple of stops. Need a couple of buckets now. Also, it is the second quarter. How is Halliburton always tired? I don't get it. He's been tired every game for like 15 games in a row. Payne knocks it down from the long range too. To cut it back to 12. I want number 5 to come back in, man. I want his offense out there. Halliburton, nice way to read the pass. Fast break, don't let Gordon catch up. 10-point game. And now Anderson heads to the scorer's table. As does Keldon Johnson. Tommy Sanders there for the Spurs too. Alexander trying to beat Vando off the dribble. Can't get by him. He lost it. Gets it back. Poku hands off to him again. Screen from Gordon. SGA fires a 3. Of course, he knocks it down. They've made 5 more threes than we have. That's not good. Usually if that happens, we lose the game. Payne. Screen. Halliburton. Finds Pollard. Wide open triple. Online. Loose ball fell on Payne, but the shot will stand, so that's all right. That is his 3rd foul, though. Wow, what a nice pass to Sanders. Halliburton on the move for 3. Knocks it down. Tough shots. But please, next time, square yourself up. That cuts the lead down to 9. Looking for a run to end the half. Double screens for Christopher. Halliburton comes over and fouled him. Free throws coming up. That's the first on him. Christopher having a very similar game as to Game 5. Going to have a lot of points by halftime. Screen. Halliburton trying to find somebody open. It's Anderson. Long 2. Offline. Payne's there on the glass. And the putback is through. Screen for Christopher. He fires. Mid-range jumper. No. That's, we almost turned the ball over. Keldon Johnson lost the handle, but we're back underway. Trying cutting to this lead further. Pollard heading back to the scorer's table to check back in for the last couple of minutes. Keldon Johnson for 3. Let's go! Number 11. He's been shooting well for several games in a row. 6-point game. Alexander, after the handoff, steps back. Fadeaway shot, no, and Payne gets the tip rebound. Gordon almost came down with it, but luckily it was us instead. Vanderbilt hands off to Anderson. Off the screen, step back 3. No dice. Not the best look. But he's got 19 points here in the first half. 7 for 13. Yeah, he's still trying to do the same old, same old. I appreciate it. Alexander waits for the screen from Sanders and then whips it to Batista in the corner for 3, but he misfires. Double screen. Halliburton throws it up over Batista. Got it. It's down to 4. 2 minutes to go until halftime. Christopher launches for 3. What a response. Man, this dude is just relentless. It's always somebody. And right now, it's not their star players. After a Woodsman timeout, we're down by 7, and Pollard has his floater blocked by Sanders. Pollard just 2 for 7 after a 2 for 9 day in Game 5. Christopher over Payne, missed it this time. Lucky for us. Let's score a bucket here. Pollard off a couple of screens. Throws it up and draws the foul. This time it's on Sanders. We've taken about twice as many free throws as they have and knocked them down at a decent rate, but not a good one necessarily. But Pollard hits both. 5-point game. Hickson, a step back. Thought twice about it. And now Anderson gets a steal. Hickson with a bad pass trying to find Josh Christopher. Anderson gets down low. Another foul on Sanders. That'll put us in the bonus for the last 45 seconds of the half. Free throw good. Anderson's got 20 here in the first. Doing all he can. Both free throws are good. It's 55-58. And Christopher cuts. Wow, that was really easy in transition. Not even really. I was just off of a made free throw. I was just way too quick. Anderson cuts. Vando with a nice pass. Nice response. Sanders the screen. Hickson, the step back tray. No, he goes out of a shot to Sanders below the rim. Could have shot that or passed it, but either way, it probably would have worked out for them. We have the last shot of the first half, down by 5. Anderson to Vando, over to Pollard. He attacks the paint. Over Hickson, can't get it through contact, and we're down 62-57 at the break. Plenty of basketball left and a lot of offense being shown by either team, just like in Game 5. Start of the second half. And if you might recall, we still have to win this game. We're still on the brink. So we have to watch as much as we possibly can. That makes sense for us to do so. Shot clock winding down. Vando the screen. Halliburton has to fire. And it's good. Good way to start the half. The Spurs have shot better than we have, and they've taken more shots than us too, but we'll see if that'll change. Screen from Randall. Christopher finds an open lane. These screens against him have been really difficult. I'm going to make one slight adjustment here. And it's only going to be when hopefully we're guarding Christopher. Because I think for those screens when we're guarding him specifically, I think we want to go under on those on-ball screens because then we can still stay attached and we don't have to worry about it. I think we'll still go under when the hedge defender is a center, but we'll see if this works and we can avoid the amount of times that he's gotten inside the paint because he's got 22 points now and the second half just started. So we're going to go under. Actually, no, we're going to go over on the off-ball screen still. We're going to go under on the on-ball ones. Halliburton fires over SGA and knocks it down right after I made that adjustment. He's 6 for 10 from the field, 16 points under his belt. SGA attacks the rim and is foul. That's the first on Vando. First one, up and good. And Alexander hits both. Halliburton lobs it for Anderson. What a pass that time. The love actually worked. That was a one-handed just grabbing stuff off the feed. That was awesome. 3-point game, looking for some stops now. Alexander taking it. Vando down low. He's blocked. Keldon Johnson gets the rebound. Now he crosses the court. Gets the feed. Contested three. No. Payne skies for it and has it in for the easy putback. We've cut it to 1. Double screens for Christopher. Keldon Johnson comes over to help, but it's not enough. Josh Christopher, man, once again, just eating us up. I can't figure him out. Anderson crosses the court. Open three to tie it up. No! But Vando's there on the glass for 2. Again, we'll get the offensive rebound. All right, screen from Gordon. Anderson didn't go over. Or under, rather. I told him to go under, and he didn't do it. Halliburton back out to Keldon Johnson. Vando goes over to Anderson. Payne sets the screen. Number 5 fires and missed it, but Payne is once again there on the glass. Look at this offensive rebounding right now. Keeping the offense moving. Alexander, baseline, layup, blocked from behind by Jared Vanderbilt, I believe. What a play on defense. Halliburton takes a couple of screens, fires a 3. Offline, though. Gordon pulls it down. Alexander attacks and missed at the rim. He gets it back, though. Out of all people to get the board, how does he get it? I don't really know. Christopher fires a 3. Line drived it. Back with it. Anderson takes the Vando screen, fires off it. Not this time either. Still a 1-point game. SGA from downtown, no. He's only got 7 points, by the way, in this game. Hasn't really taken a whole lot of shots. He's had some free throws. Mismatch down low. Payne against Trey Murphy. Go up, man. Yes! We're back in front. Spurs have to talk things over. Bol and Kevin Huerter check in for the Woodsmen as Josh Christopher draws a foul on Huerter. Christopher has just, as I have already said plenty of times, just a thorn in my side, a thorn in the side of the Woods, and especially these last 2 games. It's been an absolute offensive machine. The free throws will put San Antonio back in front by 1. We're going to give Anderson a breather for the time being. Halliburton takes it down low, off the glass and in. Soft touch. 18 points for him. That's his first bucket here in the second half, I believe. Alexander working on Vando. He stays in front. Just keeping himself between SGA and the rim. Murphy for 3. He skied it. And Gordon does not pull it down. It's Vanderbilt instead. Almost a bad offensive rebound that we almost allowed there, but luckily not. Vancouver up by 1. Ball with the screen. Halliburton finds Huerter wide open in the corner for 3. Online! Alexander lost the handle, gets back with it, and of course has an easy bucket. Once again, how many times have we seen this? They have the ball jarred loose, or a pass is deflected. They get back with it, and they score like right after. It's incredible. Halliburton back to Bol. Wide open 3. Please, man. We need every bucket to drop. We are on the brink. We're on the ropes. We have to win this game, Bol. You got to hit these shots. I know that you can do it. And now SGA and 1. Right when I think we have something cooking, it goes the opposite way. Spurs back in front. Payne checks back in. Anderson checks back in. Payne hands off to Halliburton. He fires and hits again. Batista, Hickson, and Sanders all now in for San Antonio. Poku is still out there as well. And to see if we can get some stops on defense here as Bobo blocks Hickson. That's what I'm talking about. Perfect timing. Anderson spins. Don't shoot this. Okay, good pass. Keldon Johnson. Bucket plus the foul on Sanders, his third. Keldon Johnson getting this crowd to get rowdy. Love seeing that. The free throw drops as Anderson checks back out after that. And Herder checks in. Not sure what the point was to have him sub in for a couple of minutes, but we'll see if anything changes. Vancouver leads by 4. Poku for 3. Fading away. He's shot well from 3 in this series, hasn't he? Keldon Johnson. Long 2. Not this time. It was a good look, though. We'll take that all day. Batista attacks the rim. You can't be doing that against Don Payne. He's going to block you day in, day out. On the other end, Keldon Johnson has a jar loose and stolen by Hickson. Nice. We do have a mismatch with Calvin Gordon guarded by Halliburton, but it doesn't matter. Payne just got a steal back. That's amazing. Halliburton gets around Gordon at the baseline, missed the jumper. We got to take advantage of their missed shots and their turnovers. We cannot let these guys stick around if they're going to be missing their shots. Hickson steps back and fires and hits. Another lead change. Both teams have shot around 52%, and just like last game, it is just essentially dead even. Halliburton gets down low, readjusts at the rim to ward off Calvin Gordon. He's got 22 now. Hickson working around a couple of screens. What a great bounce pass to Sanders. Keldon Johnson against Gordon. Attacks and draws the 4th foul on him. That could be important. Keldon Johnson, just like in Game 5, providing some offense here in the 3rd quarter. With Anderson not in there currently. The free throws are both good to put us back in front. We're swapping leads here pretty much every possession. Hickson, another mid-ranger. No, and Herder pulls it down. We currently have Vando and Bobo out there. Keldon Johnson, quick 3. Don't love the shot, and Bobo can't pull it down. Under 2 to go in the 3rd quarter. Screens for Batista. Over to Sanders. He's fouled by Herder. Bobo came over to block the shot, but it was fouled first. First free throw is good. Tommy Sanders has been a key role player off the bench throughout the entire series. He's provided a lot of offense, actually, for them, just like Batista and Hickson have. So pretty much all their guys have stepped up in most of the games. Hickson has had a couple of down games, but regardless, he still had a couple of good ones, too. Herder takes the screen. Nice pass to Keldon Johnson, wide open in the corner, and he knocks it down. We're up by 2. Neither team going away in this one. They both want to move on. Screens for Hickson. Nice pass between defenders to Gordon to tie things up. They led at 17 points by 1 point there in the first half, but we have obviously clawed our way back in. There's been 12 lead changes, several ties. It's been very similar to Game 5, you could say. Bobo the screen. Keldon Johnson draws the 5th foul on Gordon plus the bucket 2. That is absolutely massive. Calvin Gordon will check out in place of Julius Randle. Like I said at the start of the day, fouls are important. And you're seeing it right here. We've taken a lot more free throws than they have. Spurs fans might be a little bit upset. Hickson misses the cut by Batista, but then he finds it. And Vanderbilt gets gets the steal. Batista was pretty much locked down low and had to pass out of it. Pollard almost lost it, gets back to it. Now he draws a foul on Sanders, his 4th. Let's go. Ending this third quarter in a good spot. The first free throw drops. Both teams now in the bonus for the last 35 seconds of the quarter. And we lead by 5. Dixon attacks the rim, and he gets the bucket plus the foul on Pollard. Wow. The free throw is up and good. Trying to milk the clock here in the third quarter to hopefully just drain the rest of it. Pollard, mid-range jumper, airballed. We are going to lead with 12 minutes to go. 93-91. We're at home. We got to hold on to it and make sure this fourth quarter counts. The fourth quarter begins with Anderson, Bol, Payne, Herter, and Halliburton out there in the courts. The Spurs have Tommy Sanders, Batista, SGA, Murphy, and Randall as Anderson blocks the three-point attempt from Batista. Bol finds him on the other end. He won't attack. He's double-teamed. Back to Bol for 3. That's not going in, and the Spurs get back with it. Would have loved to have a shot fall there after the steal, or the block, rather, but you don't get it. It won't happen every time. Alexander guarded by Herter, gets around a screen. His shot is off the mark, though, and Payne pulls it down. Up ahead to Anderson, guarded by Trey Murphy. Herter crosses, fires for 3. There we go! Kevin Herter, big shot right there. He's been shooting pretty well from 3 since we called him up to the team. After a Halliburton reach and foul, Josh Christopher checks back in for the Spurs. Murphy wide open 3, it's good. Don't know what happened there. Payne sets the screen. Halliburton hesitates and has it poked out and stolen. No, this is not the time for turnovers, Hallie, come on. Christopher is at the rim. He's blocked out of bounds by Anderson. And Calvin Gordon will check back in with 5 fouls. With 10-12 to go. We need to attack him immediately and get him out of this ball game. Christopher hands off to Gordon. He's blocked. Both Anderson and Payne stepped up there and just made him take a bad shot. Both guys have been really good on defense here in this one. Another screen. Halliburton fires a 3 this time, and it's good. Nothing but nets. Good defense so far. We get the stop, though. Murphy to Alexander. Still guarded by Herter. He's going to have to force the 3. And it's off the mark. Here's our chance to increase our lead. Screen off ball from Bol. Tyrese with Anderson. Top of the key for 3 in the face of Christopher. Too high, and Gordon pulls it down. Neither team can really pull away from the other in this one. It's been tight the entire time since we came back from that second quarter deficit. Christopher, blocked by Bol. He gets back to it, blocked again by Bol. Look at that defense right there. Let's get some offense out of it, shall we? Herter back to Halliburton. He'll pull the trigger from deep. That's not going in. And now he's tired. Somehow, some way. Gordon hands off to SGA. He spins and scores. That's a nice move. Keldon Johnson and Vanderbilt check back in after we call timeout. So our starters are all back out there. Halliburton fires over SGA and hits another one. Contested shot, doesn't matter. He's got 27, Josh Christopher's got 28, and they both lead their teams in scoring. It's a 5-point game. Alexander ISO mode against Vanderbilt. Can he stay in front? So far, yes. SGA spins a couple of times, and he's blocked. Look at this defense by our bigs right now. They're all stepping up. Anderson Open 3 ball, please. Yes, let's go. 8-point game. 7 minutes left. Alexander working on Vanderbilt again. Ball started loose. He gets back to it. They're getting points off this, surely. It always happens. Christopher, contested 3. No. Let's go. Colton Johnson attacks the rim and throws it up. Not the best look. I want better ones than that. Shot clock reaches 5. Christopher with it. He's going to have to jack it up. In the face of Anderson. Not this time either, but Gordon does get the offensive board. We really have not seen him get many of those in this game, but he did there. Under 6 to play, and Vancouver up by just as much. Off-ball screen for Anderson. The feed from Halliburton. He won't attack the basket. Halliburton. Mid-range jumper, no, but Vando pulls it down. Will he go up over Randall? Yes, he will, and he missed it. Randall, shovel pass, poked out of bounds by Vanderbilt. And the Spurs call timeout. Randall inbounds. To Gordon, well, he tried to. It was poked out of bounds by Colton Johnson. Good way to read the pass on the inbound play. They'll have a second shot at it. And this time he goes to Alexander. Back to Randall, who really has done nothing in this game. Christopher, though, has done plenty, and he'll add to it here from downtown. That'll cut our lead in half. Payne comes over and sets the screen. Anderson with it. Got a guy on him, has to shoot off the glass. No, but Payne stuffs it in for the putback. He's got 15 points. That was a huge bucket. And every point from here on out is just crucial to keeping our year alive. Alexander had it jarred loose. And again, gets back with it every time. Randall for 3. Nothing doing for him. Colton Johnson defeats Payne. Mismatch against Alexander. He hits the shot, thank God. He still just refuses to back him down sometimes. But I'll take the basket. 7-point lead. 4 to go. Trying to force game 7. Christopher blocked by Payne. Gordon ends up with it. Murphy for 3. It was wide open. I would have rather had Christopher score. Colton Johnson gets the feed. Attacks the basket against Murphy. Has him down low. He fires and missed it. And Gordon gets the board. A bucket here will close the gap to a 1-score game for San Antonio. You gotta get a stop. Double screens for Christopher. Gordon was wide open for a moment, and he does get the pass against Anderson. Fouled, and just the worst possible outcome. Literally the worst outcome. Free throw is up, and it's good. 1-point game. Anderson. Off-ball screens for him. Halliburton won't make the pass. He's stifled by Alexander. Shot clock winding down. Colton Johnson, step back 3. That's offline too. We cannot have a cold spell here in the last minutes of this fourth quarter. Gordon for 3. That's offline. Payne finds Colton Johnson at the rim. Could have gone up there. Halliburton gets down low. He has to fire, and he missed it. Got his own miss back. You keep it alive. Anderson, the jumper. Nobody can hit a shot right now for the Woodsmen. This is not good news. Alexander goes out to Murphy for the triple. He missed it this time. Lucky for us. That was a good look. Screen from Payne. Anderson for 3. Can somebody knock it down, please? We can't have a collapse here. Gordon lobs it out of bounds. We take over. Sloppy basketball to end the game. This is as nerve-wracking as any game can get. Colton Johnson, open 3. Can't knock it down. Anderson got the board. When was the last time any of us hit a shot? Halliburton. Time counting down. Hits it! Huge bucket. 3-point game. No threes. No and ones. Nothing of the sort. Please, guys. Lockdown on defense. Alexander spins and finishes at the rim. What a tough bucket that was. He's got 16. We have to hit the shot. Whichever one we take, we have to hit it. Anderson to Halliburton for 3. Offline. The Spurs have a chance to take the lead. They're down by 1. Alexander blows by Halliburton for 2. And the Spurs all of a sudden have their first lead in a while. 30 seconds left. And we just... Why? Why do we do this? We just used 2 timeouts in a row, man. What the fuck? We already put the ball up to half court. I don't get it. This is the biggest possession of the entire YouTube series. Screen from Payne. Anderson, the 3. It's good! 2-point game! He actually did it! He actually hit it! After all these misses. Just under 19 seconds left. No shot clock. The Spurs have the ball, a chance to tie or take the lead. We cannot allow a 3 or a 3-point play. Please. Oh no. Christopher's crossing the court. They won't go to him. Screen. Alexander steps back to tie it up. Missed it. We're going to game 7. We've actually done it. The Vancouver Woodsmen have won 2 in a row. And we're going to the AT&T Center next episode to see who can punch their ticket to the NBA Finals. I can't believe this. It looked like all was lost after last episode, but it's not. We showed our true colors. We showed the heart that we knew this team had. What a gutsy win. Holy shit. I actually can't believe it. Our year does not end here. Anderson and Halliburton led the way. 31 for Anderson and 29 and 10 for Tyrese Halliburton. Both guys made huge plays in that fourth quarter to earn us the win. Don Payne was once again electric. 17 points, 15 boards, 2 steals, 3 blocks. And Keldon Johnson gave us some big minutes in that second half as well. Herman Pollard once again shoots 2 for 9. Herder a couple of big shots just like in Game 5. And Vanderbilt's was pretty good as well. He and Bobo both had 3 blocks as well. Anderson had 2, so a couple of defensive stops there. Josh Christopher once again stepped up and hit 31 points. Calvin Gordon 21 and 17. SGA 18 points, but really did not shoot very well from the field. We somehow come out on top, and it has been a just neck and neck game 2 games running. We have come out on top, and 2 of the gutsiest just put your head down and battle games that we have had in the WCF, and we have clawed our way back in the series. And now both conference finals are heading to Game 7. So we still don't know who's going to be in the finals. Obviously, the Boston-Cleveland game is going to happen before ours, so if we click play game, then we're going to see who the matchup is. So let's do it. Cavaliers at Celtics, who wins? It's the Cavaliers who take Game 7 against Boston. They take down Luka and Tatum. And if we face them, then that could be a really good matchup. But I also noticed that the starting lineup for the Spurs, they're going to start Pokusevski at power forward instead of Julius Randle. A very interesting change because Poku has been a lot better than Randle overall in the series. We've been pretty good on the road so far in the series. And we're going to watch the entirety of Game 7 next time out, folks. What a series this has become. after last episode, I had no idea what was going to happen, but I'm glad that we believed. We believed in this team, and they're showing us why. They have championship potential. But that's going to do it here in episode 85, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. And until Game 7 of the WCF, take care and go Woodsmen.